Hey, Shroom.
Hey, Shroom.
Alright. Let us continue. Oh.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan. First.
Decided to do one today instead of tomorrow since tomorrow's Easter. Nice.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? He was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie! Heck, Detective Gumshoe! Are you doing alright? How you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, sir. Don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger, and you? Yes? Better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Happy Easter to you too,
Happy
Susan.
Easter.
Bring away for your arrest. I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right? Yep. You'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. Something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? Let's save Gumshoe's girlfriend. Can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. Okay. Oh boy. There we go. Courtroom. Oh, with Godot.
Ugh.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ah, better. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Ah! What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You's talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Trite, whether you're fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. I can already tell you, I'm real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. No denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial, nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. Not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. Name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, Detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation is tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake. I see, so Detective Gumshoe. Would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. Victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this in evidence.
Oh, he hangs his head outside of the bed.
He always does that.
He's so weird.
Yes, he is. He was poisoned with cyanide. Death between 1:30 and 2:30. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. Poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. Waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Jean Armstrong, owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Très bien, floor pans added. Come, detective, take up this hammer, and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. No.
No, I just...
Got back from a walk.
No, this is... And we... I just took a shower today, so I usually leave it down and let it air dry and put stuff in it to make it curly.
Yes, sir.
Or bring my curls out, I should say.
Sure.
Stop it. Stop.
Okay, I'll stop. The incident. The incident took place. The victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time.
I'll go get my haircut on Tuesday.
Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup, and what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. Facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey, sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press harder. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as a coffee at Très Bien, trite. I have here in my possession a ticket. Ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Irk! Certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime scene photo added. That's what I get for trying to grab stuff. I start throwing her phone everywhere. Ow! I'm taking my headset off. Not having a good night.
You okay?
I was chainsawing trees. I'm tired.
Bad.
But I heard something crash to the floor and I thought it was food. I'm so sad now. Lay down.
Ain't nothing but wrappers.
So traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Ha! Did you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? Victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yeah, press harder. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. What proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I think. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Huh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again?
Oh, excuse me.
This. Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yes, victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in his cup. Victim gulped down that... Urgh! I jumped ahead. For the record, the only prints on the coffee on the cup were the victim's and the defendant's. On further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. Some kind of a motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. Nobody asked for your opinion. You know what my golden rule is, detective? Check out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. Oh, no worries. Take care, Susan.
Take care. We should be on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be on Tuesday. At some point.
Yes.
Saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. Disappeared from the scene of the crime. No, you're good.
No worries. No.
You gotta take care of yourself.
Yep. Wanted to let you know that we'd be on Tuesday, too.
It wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? Yep. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Ha! I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. Oh. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. Son of a bitch. What? Order. Ha! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You'll submit that ticket as evidence to court immediately. I'd better keep an eye on that ticket, the way the judge's voice is quivering. Jeez. The ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now, somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. That's on Maggie's person, fortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime in which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. Like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of a $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides very credible motive. I mean, For that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. Don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. Evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. And that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. Say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Ha! Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. Somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, coffee stain is the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else, I presume you mean? Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her apron pocket.
Jeez.
Bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Damn. Someone really wanted her. Yeah, Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. Jeez. What? Order, order, order. Court will accept these items in evidence. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about bloodstain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective? Could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Ugh. Thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established. Well, Trite, seems you really are a phony after all. Arrgh, you really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. I was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Maggie was searched. We found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. Victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. So let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going. There's a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Trebian. He got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Ask about his health insurance? So what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It's completely empty. Ha! You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Très Bien. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You're too cool, pal! Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison. The victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order, order. Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? Ha! That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear otolaryngological clinic. Otolaryngological? What kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of his head and ruptured his eardrum. Ruptured his eardrum? What on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What?
Still didn't explain.
Mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of this medication while he was at Très Bien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have had eaten his own medication. Erg. Seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No, Nick. If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right, but I can't get away with any weak-old objection. Any old weak objection, what should I do? Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. It doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do that medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. Possibility is undeniable. Arg! Enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick. Court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! Suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Still don't like that guy.
Nope.
Phew. That was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. It's like we all nearly died in there. Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone had punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. The next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. Bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Round 2. Fight. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. Prosecution calls a lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. Name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Ha! Listen, youngin', how much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did, back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. A burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, you were in the restaurant were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh yes. Oh yes, I did. I saw it all. Please, tell the court. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. The young man was reading the sports paper. Serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, then collapsed. That's a serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Gah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, huh? Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Does she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform. The particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
This is how I enter my house. What's up, fuckers? Why are you on my phone? Fuck you, that's why!
Hey, Pro.
Hi, Pro.
Didn't you just start streaming? What are you doing here? Guess I got a bit carried away. Gah! There are other things I recognize about her, too. Seems pretty sure of himself, which I do. Press harder. Oh, true. Fair enough.
True.
Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. Well, as it matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I'd ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. The ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? Ha! As if I wouldn't remember that. Witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his name is Godot.
Objection.
Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. This witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. Just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add any details or about any identifying features. God, I am having a hard time reading tonight. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Mr. Kudo, I'd like you to please take a look at this. God, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot? What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron. Is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning? Huh? As you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, or... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness, can't just oops your way out of this. Ha! Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one witness in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into that coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. Fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. Rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. Can't remember a single occasion where I forgot what a burger a customer wanted. Can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He's another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the noisy Brett kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. True. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Ka, what is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee. Consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Arg! Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. Think the witness... Wait! You think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad you're wrong? I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question, I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault. Who, me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say! Sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Goda! This is my 16th cup of coffee, so this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor! Boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. You know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. Monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HD, TV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. True, he doesn't seem to be lying. Those are the facts in good old black and white. Excuse me. Not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? He said he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What'd you say? No doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Huh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear. Because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godat? Arg! A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down, I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Possible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Puh! I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey. Sorry, Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from there. Ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How's your bad memory my fault? Sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I kept my mouth shut until now. There's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? Final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet. Much, much quicker. Can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha! You better get ready, youngster. Get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's gotta be using some kind of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. While the clumsy idiot upset the vase, he knocked it right over. Seriously? It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man? No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling that there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain, that's all you can think of. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. Huh. So what? Standing up. Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Ow! Ow! Enough! You throw any more seeds, I'm gonna throw you in jail. Ah! What is it now? I just remembered something.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. What? Well, you see, startled me when that young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over, the vase on my table, I mean. Vase on your table? Yes, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked. It would have been perfect right there if the cup of his coffee just went whoosh, right off the table.
Oy vey.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Arg! Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, I remembered something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me! I want to be important! Well, we seem to be been considerably sidetracked. And I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. Defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony. Yeah. Notice me, senpai!
Yeah.
Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? Witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into the statement. Okay. May each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, be continued. Oh. Excuse us. Okay. Investigation. What, the last one?
No.
So how do you think the trial went this morning?
Oh God, Maya.
What trial? It was a fucking shit show.
Yep. Yep.
You gonna cooperate?
No.
What? How do you think it went? It got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon. That the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictions. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah, we gotta find one for Maggie or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty. Guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got a question. We got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Off the tray bien. Empty as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, that sounds like... Just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. Getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Arg. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What ripoff. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just... I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio? Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal? You really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? Do you prefer crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean? Well, how did she put it again? Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that.
Oh, no.
Whoa! Whoa!
Poor Gumshoe. Oh.
Damn, Maya, pulling no punches.
Not at all.
Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall, Nick. Oh, man. Poor Gumshoe.
Oh.
So did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking. So, how did it taste? Well, for 20 bucks, I guess I don't know how to describe it really. It was delicate. Delicate? Mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized it's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. Oh, what are we ever going to do with this guy?
Oh, Gumshoe.
It's just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know? Maybe you should have found out after about the price after he had finished eating. Hey, Nick. Maybe that's why Glenn Elg came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set. By fierce, you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glenn Elg, that reminds me. You still hardly know anything about the guy. Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? What were you talking about? Huh? That's right. You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing, really. It was just the daily exercise show.
Oh.
Yeah.
One.
What the? Cyclops? Ha 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 ha! This lunch special's lobster sure is great.
Mm-hmm.
And why are there tears in your eyes? Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not going to tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening. Pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? Thought you'd try to win big just like Glenn Elg did. It's like you can see right through me. Huh? I've cracked him already? See, pal? That's why I said it was nothing. Easiest unlock ever. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery? So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. Bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elg, see? We've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal. But that's why Mr. Elg was listening on the day he was killed. Yeah. What time is it now? It's just after 1:30. Are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick. But buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. guy is a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out. We found out yesterday too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elg worked yet? You might as well. His workplace? Where's that? Computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated or something like that. Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go. Computers aren't really my thing, Maya. We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff, says the spirit channeling lady. Lived in the mountains for most of her life. I wonder about that. Just around the corner from this joint, you should take a look. Computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated, huh? You get that, right? So when Windows would crash, you know what you would get? BSOD, Blue Screen of Death.
Oh.
Screens Incorporated. Yep. Took me a second to get that one too.
Cold.
Cold?
Yes.
Oh. Excuse me for a second. Nerds!
They are nerds.
Wow, this place is so high-tech, you can almost smell the electricity in the air. It is a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know? Who are you? Oh, Jesus. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood. It's like she's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director. Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in a shell. You know what Ghost in the Shell is? Anime.
Oh.
Hold on. I need to educate for a second. Trying to find a better image. Close enough.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of makes sense. That's the thing they're trying to do. Okay. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glenn Elg's? The DMH, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD. All my programmers here at Blue Screens Incorporated are supplied with HMDs. And do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. Looks pretty average to me. But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry, then. Hey, it's a calendar. What about it? This is another hint about tidying. You can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered. Is there anything else? Yeah. It says, meet with the tiger. Guy outside.
Mm-hmm.
The tiger? Glenn's calendar added the court record.
No.
I'm gonna go yell at her. Willow! Get out of there!
What? Yeah.
Jake, get in your bed. Get in your bed, Jake. Jake, bed. Hey, probably need to go. We'll be right back. We're gonna go take them out. Willow, get out of there! Get! Go! Let's go out. Go out. Go. 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 It's not your bed. But it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, bed.
Okay, we're back.
Get in your bed. Come here. Bed. Bed. Jake. Willow, out! Go! Jake, bed. Willow, bed. Sit. Jake. Good boy. Lay down. Christ.
What?
We're here.
Oh, good.
We might be able to make it. The whole bunch I can skip too. I don't
Well, I
really
don't
care.
want to skip stuff, but...
It's for an achievement.
Oh.
Skip it.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, if anything, we'll just stop too.
What? Oh yeah, we can just stop. Wow, look at this mess. Looks like they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? For betting on which horse will win in a given race. They're horse racing tickets. Oh wow, his drawers are stuffed full of these. Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. Make tickets would get you what? A buck down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard up that you tried to profit from the dead, Nick. I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. So, what exactly is this firm's business? I'll try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. Doesn't matter, they analyze stuff. You got that much, right? Software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage medium. Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music. It's a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they're doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? Researching the impact of time-slicing common areas and the logical axis to global variables. Obviously, program structure influences response time, performance of the global code overheads is important to the success of the execution. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all that? Yeah. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know, it's terrible. Can you just tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Incorporated. Oh. How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already? No, not yet. It's this one, right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it. Guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Oh. About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality. Oh, like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. You gotta find out what this trouble was exactly. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry? Why would you think that? Thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets. Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. Be back next month. Oui, naturellement. I will be waiting for you. You haven't gotten it by then. I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready. I promise. I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles. Hee hee hee. No, stop it, I beg you.
Hi, Wednesday.
Don't let me down. I'll be watching you. Manon, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. The return of the horrible French accent. Talk to anyone and I'll drive a knife right through your heart. The fuck?
Jesus.
Oh no, you do not have to worry. You know, you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is la olas la sandalwood. I do love raw meat from time to time. Hee hee hee. Ah! I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now. The fuck?
Wednesday rebuff.
I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I comes a nervous wreck. There! Oh, oui, that feels good. Oh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. La oil of sandalwood. Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Damn this guy.
Oy.
I don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you are right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh? What girls do, Nick. But you are right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is la problem. People do not understand it. They think it is dry. I just want people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays. Nick, that's the kind of thing that would make a girl cry. Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I will defend it to la finale. No one will take it from me. So, who was that woman you were just talking to? Ooh la la, you saw that? Well, yes, sorry. So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful. Polite? Graceful? And she likes raw meat and fires, right? Back next month. Oui, natural month. I will be waiting for you. Haven't got it by then, I'm afraid. I might get a little hot around here. None! I will have everything ready, I promise. Now I think about it. Hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. Think so? Well, then let's show them that piece of evidence and see what happens. So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with la broken wings. Angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it. Oui, they kept harassing me month after month. And then, I had to give in. I agreed to help them. Help them? With what? Mais bien sûr, if I did not owe them a lot of money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? None. I cannot say. If I tell you that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with la salad garnish. Ew, I hope he doesn't mean that he'll be literally sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right? Ah, please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman. The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's, Why has it come to this? What a tragedy! Suddenly I find myself so deep in the debt. It is sign of the bad world we live in, eh? No, I'd say it's more of a sign of the bad culinary skills. The woman who was here, the scary woman, she is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, tender lender it is called. Catchy name, just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money. Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much. So tender lender is a loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh? Wonder if they've got anything to do with this case. I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have got to buy something to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like a slave. I have got to do everything that he tells me. Who's he? The tiger. Tiger? Oui. He is the manager of the tender lender, a terrifying man, the big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noises that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. Big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no. This man is a presence, a most formidable personality. Although, oui, he does have the spiky hair just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. Want to visit the tender lender? It is just beyond Vitamin Square. Hey Nick, if you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3. Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? In my terrible French accent. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting in a bit. About Maggie's case, you mean? No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, see you later then. Bye! Oh, wait. Better get going, detective, or it'll be late. Actually, I, kinda got a big favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me. What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been really worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? Took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. Can't exactly say no, can I? Dick, we are not giving you her weenies. Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry. Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. Finally gone. There's a battered old scooter again. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. Kinda hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, 8 more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Off the tender lender. Place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it? Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. That is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Go. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. You're here to discuss a loan? No, not exactly. Manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. Creepy! She's gone, just like that. Guess we'll just have to come back another time. But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's have a look around, okay? Do you think it'd be okay? Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please. Alright, Sadako. Nick, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here. Look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic. It's more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick. Same color as my suit? Ah! Your voice down, Maya. Nick! Gotta take a look at this. Some cake? Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Wait here quietly, otherwise. Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you, understand? I'm scared, Nick. So? What were you getting so excited about before? Look on the lapel of this suit. That's an attorney's badge. It's cardboard. Is a tiger a lawyer? No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. Bad add to the court record. For some reason your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Let's see, this round doll thing is called a Daruma, I think. Figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? Heh, I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. This yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? It's shogi. Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know? Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even own one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane. Car's registered to the Cadaverini's? Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Cadaverini. Daverini. I just got that. Sorry. And the slowest horse passes the finish line. Ashtray on the floor. Oh. Someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. It's going to be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. One of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How'd you manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey. There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? What's printed on its cover? It says Très bien. Matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them. Yeah. Pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. CD player on the desk. The desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it. Lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the Tiger's into. Finish the coffee? Yeah, yes, thanks. It was lovely. So you drank it all? Hehehe. Touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. Coffee, it was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. Better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger? It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Oh, it's not a music CD. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do.
Get out of there.
out from under the desk, Maya. What are you two snooping around in my office for? Nothing. We were just... Grawr! My precious carpet! You've got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already like that. You just want to argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you doing a pancake and turn you into my new rug. Ah! Oh, Don Tigre. You're back. Back, that voice is like evil seeping into your head through your ears. Sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked that ashtray earlier and... Eek. Has she got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I can't get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? It's so unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. You'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan. Ah, Phoenix right. Yes? You's either crazy or you just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan. Are you gonna... You're not gonna monologue. Don't monologue. So it was him. He's my phony. Heh, but I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? Hey, you should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things to ask. Grawr! Ah! No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please. That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. You're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it either. Espresso. Ah! So much yelling this episode. And cookies. This one is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tenderlender. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business, a conscientious rate of interest and an attractive repayment policy, where I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well. We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tenderlender. Hey Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Company at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tenderlender is on your side. Hee hee hee. So let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here, that incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. Manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre. Furio Tigre? That's where the tiger comes from. Zenio's got a real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him. Yeah, just present. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre? Cookie? Sure. How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. Not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to... Okay. Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. Saved her life? Sure like to know how that happened. Very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. Hee. You died? About 4 months ago. Doctor said to abandon all hope. Yep, she did.
Yep.
Guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. Still wonder about what's in her coffee. Is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? What's the story with the bandage? They put it on me after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury, a little fatal injury. A fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. That's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Erg, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. There he is. Old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again. There! Take this! Get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down. Let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man! What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Ka! Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo. Pigeon, ka. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons! In with the good fortune! Ow, ow, ow! Seeds! Shell splinters! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Huh? What? Stop?
Probably.
Alright. I think we're gonna stop here. Because we gotta go take care of some stuff, so we're gonna stop. But we will continue this next time. Oh, it's backspace. Oh, excuse me. Oh. But thank y'all for showing up.
Yes, thank you. We'll be back. We'll be on Tuesday to do more. It takes two.
Yep. We'll be continuing Tuesday for doing stuff. Yep. That game.
Yes.
Alright. We will catch y'all next time. Peace.
Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye.